Hey there fellows, I am your host Rahim and you are watching the Everyday Talk on YouTube. And today's video is going to be created on a subscriber's request that he has recently bought M4 iPad Pro and now the M5 version of the iPad Pro is there. So is there any exchange option? So I would like to just you can say answer this question, that which iPad Pro is best to buy in late 2025 and should you spend on the next generation of iPad if you have any of the previous one. So let's get started without wasting any time and subscribe to the channel to help us grow as a family together. So first of all, looking at my magical screen, let's talk about the point one, that what is the current iPad lineup right there. So first of all, we have the M1 iPad Pro, which is actually great for day-to-day tasks. Then we have M2 iPad Pro, which was just released in 2022, right after the M1, which was a 2021 model. And then we got M3 iPad Pro, which I'm not going to talk about today because there is no point of buying such middle device. It is same as the 5th and 6th generation Apple Watch. No one is looking into them, right? There is a jump after 4th generation to 7th, 8th and the next ones, because there is no point of getting a middle one device. Then talking about the M4 iPad Pro, which was just released in 2024, and then just a year ahead we get M5, which is promising a lot of new, you can say, capabilities in this AI growing world. And there is a full-fledged review about that on the channel. If you want to see that, you could just dive into the video. I will be placing that somewhere in the I button and in description. So let's move towards the topic, talk about the performance breakdown, which is the most crucial thing in any of the tech device. Before that, subscribe and like if you are just liking what you are seeing. Talking about the performance breakdown, the M1 and M2 are practically identical in day-to-day use. Both handle multitasking apps like LumaFusion and even some other professional Photoshop-like apps, Adobe Illustrator-like apps very well. There is no issues with that. Even with the iPad OS 26, it is just running smoothly. I have my iPad Pro M1 with me and there is no complaints whatsoever, even though I have used it with the M4 iPad Pro, and M5 iPad Pro has also been there in my studio, but I've just, you can say, seen no practical differences right there with the day-to-day tasks. Talking about the M4, it was a huge jump actually. A lot of AI features were jumping in. Apple was jumping into the Apple Intelligence, which is the total disaster. A new video is coming on that soon, so subscribe for that. And then the M5 iPad Pro now is also promising exceptionally well performance, exceptionally well, you can say, benchmarks, and then it is also promising AI integration when the Apple is going to jump into that properly. So with that let's talk about display and design evolution. The design for M1, M2 and even M3 iPad were the same. It was the same thin design. It was already very thin. There were bezels obviously at the sides, which are much thicker than any of the Samsung's latest and greatest flagship tablets. But still, they are comfortable for me because I just like to hold my iPad from the sides and it just aids with that. But it is once again personal preference. For the M4 and M5 iPad Pro, it was the thinnest device Apple has ever produced, except the iPad Nano 7th generation. So it was once again a game changer. You can say total turn down in the iPad or tablet industry. But once again, there was one major design which I like. Apart from this thinness, it is not a practical thing. The camera was shifted from the top towards the middle, where when the iPad is used in its natural landscape position, it just is not weirder anymore, and you just seems to be natural while talking on the video calls, or even talking to your you can say any of the people when you are on a video call in general. So now talking about the accessories after that. Accessories are basically one thing which I think so iPad is not complete without. Apple Pencil and the Magic Keyboard. These are two basic accessories. First of all, the Apple Pencil Pro 2nd generation works with the M1 and M2 iPads. It is a great pencil. There is pressure sensitivity. There is that double tap feature. Then there is tilt sensitivity. But once again, what if you are a creator and you want something extra? Let's talk about that later. But in the case of the Apple Pencil 2nd generation, if you are a day-to-day user, if you are just a student, if you just casually draw some time, it is more than enough for you guys. Just do not spend on extra on the Apple Pencil Pro, which is obviously supported with the M5 and M4 iPads. It has the latest feature, the pinch sensor. Then there is haptic feedback in the pencil, and if you just create the living out of your iPad by drawing or such kind of activity where a stylus is must for you, just go for the M4 and M5 iPad, as it is exceptionally and without any doubt one of the best setup for the professional workers. Then talking about the Magic Keyboard, actually the Magic Keyboard 1 is compatible with M1 and M2 and it is already very great, but the latest generation of Magic Keyboard with the M4 and M5 iPad Pro offers much more, you can say, MacBook like trackpad, and then it had function key on the top like it is on the latest MacBooks, and it is somewhat, I think so, must for nowadays when you are just trying to rush into your work and just complete it as soon as possible. So it is something which you could look into if you are trying to buy the iPad for typing or any such kind of work experience. Now finally talking about the pricing and the value, which is very important, I think so. The M1 iPad Pro in the used market start from somewhere around $600, while the M2 just jumped from $700 to $800 depending on from where you are buying it. So both of them are good value for money, but I would say that go with the M1, save some money, and that $100 or $200 could be spent on any of other accessories like the AirPods Pro. Basically, why I'm struggling, I don't know. So AirPods Pro 3rd generation, they are also great, you can say, device to pair up with any of your Apple device. There is a complete review about that. Go in the I button or down in the description to see that review. But apart from that, I would just like to say, if you are a casual user, go with M1 or M2 iPad Pro and do not go with the M4 or M5. But when you enter the M4 or M5 category, obviously you are seeing above $1,000, $1,200 for M5 to be exact. But once again, they are for the professionals. If you are creating a living out of the iPad, you are using it for editing videos, for editing pictures, for any such kind of task which requires maximum amount of power. To be future proof, you should go with both of these models. Any one of them could be chosen. And finally, which one should buy which one? Let me answer this question for you guys. For students, M1, M2 is the only option, I would say. Just to not spend extra money on the newer models, because they have such kind of power which you could never be using in your life as a student. But if you want something, if you want to just work on, you can say, some freelancing projects, if you are into video editing, you are having a YouTube channel or any such professional works along with your student life, you should go with the M4 iPad. It is one of the sweetest spot right now in entire lineup, and it would offer you most of the perks which you want. But then who should buy the M5 iPad Pro? Actually, the power users, video editors, professionals who are going to handle multiple streams of 8K footage, who are going to edit professional videos, they are making their living out of it. They should go and must go with it. Actually, they have to upgrade their iPad, I think so, every once or then when it is released. But one thing, keep in mind that this chip, M5 chip, is going to be much more powerful when it is going to be introduced in the MacBook, because Apple just limits the access or the power of its chip in some of the devices which are not meant to be with using such a you can say power which is being produced by the chip. For example, the iPad OS 26 is exceptionally good. It is now copying the MacBook, but once again, it is not that powerful, and the apps are not that powerful that they could use all the power of the M5 iPad Pro. So what is the point of spending or adding more power into it? So it just limits the power for the future when such kind of apps are being released. So my final thoughts, as I've already explained, is that if you are a student, go with M1, M2 and M4 if you are doing some side business while you are studying, and the M5 is strictly for the professionals. So that is all from this video. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, as it is a motivation for us and it would help us grow as a family together. The YouTube's algorithm also like that. With that, keep exploring and stay curious. We will be meeting in the newer video. Till then, peace out.